And welcome to an all-new Marvelcast, Explosion Network's hub of all things Marvel, a place to talk about everything MCU and beyond, from Avengers and Defenders to Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. My name's Ashley Hobley, your friendly neighbourhood podcast host. Join me today is the astonishing Dylan Blight.
Hello, do we want to just get straight into it and discuss whether... So, I want to get, final say on if either of us believe they're actually in it, and then how angry do you think the internet would be if they're not actually in it? Because everyone is pretty, I go in the YouTube comment section of this trailer, and it's no one's really talking about the trailer. Everyone's just going, look, they're definitely in it because this scene at 1 minute 47 compares to the leaks, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. And then there's 51 replies of people being like, they're not actually in it. Stop hyping yourself up. And then someone's like, well, I'm going to save this comment and come back to you next month.
I think one of them at least is in it. Because apparently... This is a crazy leak. I saw somebody tweet it. Apparently, the Brazilian version of the trailer, when all the bad guys jump on the top of the Statue of Liberty, Lizard gets punched in the face by nothing. Yeah. So, somebody's up there.
I'm going to say it's dumb. I'm just going to go out there right now and say I'm leaning towards them being in it solely because it makes more sense and less because I'm just believing apparent leaks, even though it's literally one person that's leaked these, right? But I'm going to say if you got literally the bad guys from the other Spider-Man and you don't have at least one of those Spider-Men in this movie, you failed.
Yeah, probably.
You failed. You missed the moment.
Definitely. Although the other way it could go is, this is the opportunity to introduce two other big spider characters that, everybody's kind of clamoring for.
Well, if they did that, that's fine.
If they introduced, instead of bringing them back, they introduced Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales in this.
Yeah,
and that's who they're hiding.
I'm fine with that. I would still say that if the way you do it is you just have them come in literally at the end of the movie. As it's a very fan service moment, but it works. Peter needs help. There's a million bad guys. He can't fight all 16 at the same time. Even with the help he's got, he still needs a couple extra hands. Boom.
Yeah. But in case you didn't realize, we're talking about the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
Botched that spell where you wanted everyone to forget the Peter Parker Spider-Man. We started getting some visitors. From every universe. Hello, Peter. You're not Peter Parker.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
There are others out there. We need to send them back. So, Scooby-Doo this crap.
All this is kind of your mess. I know a couple of magic words myself, starting with the word please.
Please. Scooby-Doo this crap.
You're flying out into the darkness to fight ghosts.
What do you mean?
They all die fighting Spider-Man. It's their fate. I'm sorry, kid.
Yeah, me too.
Released today. Of course, everybody's watched 70-60% of the footage online somehow. Because, with their long lens cameras looking at the set and security cameras inside the editing booth or something. I don't know.
I also don't understand how this trailer's leaking the night before it's dropping and people are sharing it around. It's just wait.
Just wait. Why do you want to watch this shitty?
Just wait at that stage.
Even I don't want to watch this shitty 240 pixel version.
And that's what you're used to. So.
Yeah. But Dylan, as a trailer overall, what did you think?
Yeah, I think it's a very good trailer. Gets you hyped. It doesn't spoil a lot, and this is the final, quote unquote, final trailer. So we've had 2 trailers for this, which is crazy. And yeah, this one still, even though it shows you a little bit more of the villains and gives you a bit more of Doc Ock, it reveals sweet fuck all, in my opinion. Like, I feel like a lot of the footage in this is from the first half of the movie, majority of it.
Everything except the Statue of Liberty stuff.
I would say everything but the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, I would say leans was, and well, hold on, so I double thumbs up for the trailer. I'll just, if you want to get to like where we think it's going, I'll just save that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a really good trailer. I think it's interesting. I would wonder how many people have got a good idea of this movie based on this trailer alone. I feel like this feels like a sequel to the first trailer, to a certain degree. Obviously, with them setting up the Doctor Strange, Peter Parker.
Yeah, I mean, it goes straight to that line of, when you fucked up the spell, and if you've never watched the first trailer, like, what spell?
Yeah. And it kind of, this trailer kind of answered a lot of the questions we had, I think, from the first trailer. Like, is Dr. Octavius talking to Tobey Maguire when he says, "Hey, Peter"? No, it looks like it's he just assumes that the Spider-Man in front of him is Peter Parker. Mm-hmm. Is Doctor Strange going to be fighting Spider-Man? Yes. Apparently they're at odds. Disagreement. That kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm really keen. This is a really good trailer. Got to see revealed way more villains that we're going to be seeing in this. Yeah. I will say, Jamie Foxx as Electro, like, I've seen freeze frames of him. He could have still been blue because he looks very CGI.
Yeah, he looks very, very CGI, and I've seen a lot of people saying that he looks so much better based off that very far shot where people are zooming in and being like, this looks so much better. I'm like, I mean...
How can you tell?
Yeah. I mean, he's not blue, you can tell that much, but other than that, whatever. It'd be the equivalent of
what are these people Sandman against blue people?
Sandman looks so much better in this movie. Okay, you can see. Yep. Be like, the lizard looks so much better in this movie. I guess if you want to zoom in the
he
one
does.
moment,
He's got he doesn't have human face.
Can you tell? I missed that. Is that in the trailer?
I'm pretty sure.
Do you have a close up of his face? I don't recall seeing his face. Like I remember seeing his body side on, but I don't, like, what are we pinch zooming screenshots into?
I instantly, when I noticed him, I was like, oh, he's got like full lizard face.
Well, that's good. I guess he does look better then. I mean, if you want to dive into the two main quick questions, well, there's not. I don't know. The two main points of discussion, I think, that I've seen going around.
Yeah.
Like in questions to answer on this mini pod or whatever, is everyone's flipping their shit at the shot of the Goblin coming down where he has goggles on and he doesn't have a helmet on, and you've got several people arguing about it either being William Dafoe, but he doesn't have the helmet on. It's what's his face
Jane
from
DeHaan.
Amazing Spider. Yeah, it's him from Amazing Spider-Man, or people think it's Ned finally gone Hobgoblin.
I don't think no. I'm ruling that out. Just body shape wise, it doesn't look right.
Doesn't look right. No, I'm. Just
what are the odds? Is James Franco?
I do not think it's James Franco
coming for a paycheck.
I'm going to say it's William Dafoe.
I don't know. I think it's I don't think it's any of those options. But yeah, that's one of the more interesting shots. Yeah. It doesn't
and then the other thing I think that this trailer gave, because again, I don't feel like this trailer gives you much information. It's more of just a feel. Like the trailer gives you a very good feel of like the epicness and the scope of this movie, but it doesn't really give you a lot for what's actually happening. Like, it's just so many shots of villains and shit happening, exploding, and action scenes, and one-liners where you're like, oh, boom, bam, pow, but it's like, what's actually happening? It's like, I don't really know. Other than the multiverse, like, other than that being like the core setup, you don't really fucking know. But the one thing I think I take away from this trailer, and the fact we get a bit more Doc Ock with him being captured, presumably very early in the movie, and he's the first person to appear after they fuck up the spell. I'm going to say Doc Ock turns good by the end of this. Or at least shortly after.
I mean, he was always good.
Oh, yeah, because especially after having rewatched those movies recently and like being like, well, he was a good guy, and then remembering after rewatching that movie that it all just goes wrong because of his stupid fucking chip. Well, it's like, okay, fix the chip.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say they fix the chip or something, and then Doc Ock helps them fight the other actual villains.
Yeah, potentially. yeah, just I love the scene that they're talking to him. That's the other thing, like we talked about last time, is like, did the spell work? Did absolutely everybody forget his Peter Parker, his Spider-Man? No, it looks like Ned and that all know still.
Oh, that's
that he's
true.
Spider-Man. So.
Yeah, I guess it may be the spell because they're the people he listed. So maybe in the scene where he fucks it up, the people he actually lists and says, I hope they don't forget, they're the ones that don't forget.
Yep.
That would make sense.
That would make sense and make things much easier. And that kind of thing. So, yeah. I don't think there's really not too much more to add. I mean, obviously, lots of good banter. I'd be cool to see the subway scene. I don't think I've ever seen a Spider-Man going around this.
I mean,
not
I've
like
seen
that,
Spider-Man
like
walk
spinning.
around the subway.
Like
we've seen
swinging
Spider-Man
through the
subway scene
tunnels,
in the animated movie, but
yeah, that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
lots of cool moments. Like even the MJ shot at the very end of the trailer. It's like obviously very much a homage to Amazing Spider-Man 2, that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, legit. Like, and that's why another thing. I'm like. And you couldn't help but think about it straight away. I'm like, you cannot do that shot especially because it feels like I was like, this is the moment. Andrew Garfield swinging in right now, but then they cut away. But I'm like, you tell me they do that and don't have him swing in? Nah, I'm a believer.
Finally, he gets to save somebody. Also, they got the black and gold suit, which is electro, like absorbent suit. So maybe that lends to your theory that Dr. Octopus helps him out figuring out how to beat Electro, that kind of stuff.
Villains, yeah.
That kind of stuff. So yeah, lots of little interesting tidbits. Of course, we get see a little bit more of J. Jonah Jameson. He's smiling in that shot too. Is like kind of weird.
Yeah, because he sees Spider-Man get the shit beat out of him, probably.
Also, the Statue of Liberty's they've got it holding the Captain America shield. It's interesting tribute, like whether it's a running thing through the.
I don't think that's from any of the TV shows we've missed, unless that happens at Hawkeye.
Yeah. I guess the other question: do they fix this at the end?
No, not fully, because that would defeat the direction that MCU is currently heading. Right?
Yeah.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Come on. Oh, he fixes the multiverse, and then I guess he could fix it for fix it in this, and then decide to go.
Does he fix it by Tom Holland getting sucked into the Sony cinematic universe?
I mean, that would be funny.
That'd be funny. Like for 5 years, he's like trapped.
Venom cameo and whoever else at the end of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Like for 5 years, he's just stuck in that universe, and then he's allowed to come back.
Oh, honestly, wouldn't be against it.
All right. Anything else that you want to talk about from this trailer?
Nah, good trailer. I'm excited. I'm glad we haven't had a bunch spoiled. It feels like our first major event MCU film since Endgame, obviously. So, and that's 3 years ago, right?
What shade?
Why? What did I miss?
Just throwing shade at event. I guess.
Event film, right? Your Civil War or Avengers, those sorts of ones, right?
Obviously, we had 3 films come out this year previous. It's like...
3? Did we have 3 Marvel movies this year?
Yeah, so far.
Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals. Yeah, but they were all just solo movies. None of those are event films.
Every MCU movie is an event film.
No, well, yeah, but come on. I mean, Avengers, Civil War, all the Avengers films, Civil War, and no, that would be it, I guess.
That would be it.
Civil War is basically
Avengers
an Avengers film. Yeah, so those are what I mean. This feels like on the scale of that, nearly, at least based on trailers.
All right. Let us know what you thought of the Far From Home trailer by going to explosion.com/Twitter or jump to Discord at explosion.com/Discord. If you want to help us out here at All New Marvelcast, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Podchaser or tell people about the show. And if you like this episode, thought it was worth $1, head on over to a Ko-fi page at explosion.com/support. Of course, we are continuing to do our Spider-Man rewatch with episodes coming out every Friday in the lead up to Spider-Man Far From Home, which is coming out December 16th. So make sure you watch some of that Spider-Man. Join us next time for another all-new Marvelcast.